The late Corey Haim and stuff, like, was it just because his problem, they just kind of knew he was a risky guy to try to bring back?
But he was working.
Yeah.
He was working all during that time. And I mean, for the most part, he was sober. He did some pot, whatever. I guess the last couple of years, whatever. But he kept working. He wasn't doing big things, but he was working.
I followed him, brother. He was one of my favorite actors of all time.
I
Boys, Fast Getaway, Dream Machine, a Double O Kid. I remember he never stopped, but
yeah. But he was like my little brother. I worked with him, in 86, 85, whatever it was, in The Time to Live with Liza Minnelli. We were brothers in the TV movie. And we became friends. And then I moved to California, and he was coming out right after me. And we ended up in the same apartment building so we could get a cheaper rent. I mean, literally, he was in the apartment right above me. He was in a penthouse, and I was on the 4th floor. It was like, okay. He kept going the whole time, There were little times, when he wasn't, and, he had his own issues and problems and whatever. And he'd call me up, and then he'd end up at my place for 2 weeks, like whatever, But his thing, what he did had no bearing on his passing, walking pneumonia.
Yeah.
That's the 2010 thing, walking pneumonia.
Right? Was he playing Frisbee? I think he was playing Frisbee in the rain with his mom, and they think that may have caused it.
No, he just wasn't. It was already there. It was building up fluid in his lungs. And, that was in the morning. And then by 11 o'clock at night, he just didn't feel good. And his mom and he were talking, and he got up to go to the bathroom and collapsed. And she called, and within, whatever it was, 20 minutes, it was all over.
His death, I mean, minus that he's gone. I always hate when someone says, "Oh, he drug overdose." I'm like, no, he didn't. I was like, stop saying that. That's a terrible way to that's not how he went.
Listen, you have what happened, and then you have bullshit.
Yeah.
You have what people may have heard in the media or somewhere else that wasn't confirmed, and that's not what happened.
They judged him on his demons, but the demon didn't kill him.
But at the same time, they didn't judge Brittany Murphy because she didn't have the track record Corey had. And Brittany Murphy's husband dies 8 months later of the same thing. This walking pneumonia, which just very strange, but it came and went. It affected X number of people in 2010, beginning of 11, and then it just disappeared. Okay.
Yeah.
But Haim was a sweetheart, and I miss him. He was a little bro, and, I still talk to his mom. Her and I have a great relationship, and, she's wonderful. And, she's a mom who lost a son, and he was a good dude, man. He really was a good dude.